Welcome to Rate the Audits, where we put misconduct on display, break down police encounters, and demand accountability. Today's body cam footage comes courtesy of CrimeBodge. Make sure to check the link below, subscribe to his channel and give him the credit he deserves. In this episode, Alan Norman steps out of a shop only to be blocked by officers who accuse him of giving them evils. That petty excuse spirals into a baseless allegation of shoplifting, and without a shred of evidence they search him under Section 1 of PACE. But Alan doesn't fold. With CrimeBodge pushing his case forward, he wins a major payout from City of London police. Yet even with that legal victory, what follows delivers a gut-wrenching twist, making this one of the most powerful cases we've ever covered.
Okay, let's put it this way.
Put it any way you like.
You've been giving us evils as you walk past our van. You've gone into Boots.
Yeah.
You're fiddling about with a lot of stuff and coming out again.
I don't know what you're talking about evil.
Why are you being so cagey?
Am I obliged to answer your questions?
The fact is, you're very cagey right from the start, mate. And
Listen,
the fact that
don't give me a police nonsense.
All right, okay.
Cagey. What grounds can I...
Well, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. What power and authority are you acting under at this time?
I'm going to search you on the Section 1 of PACE.
What are your grounds? Hold on.
I've told you, listen to me.
On what grounds?
Okay, listen.
You tell me what grounds.
Okay. If you listen to me, listen to me.
I'm listening.
All right, I'm going to search you.
You are
on the Section
depriving
1 of
me of my
PACE.
liberty and freedom. Article 5 of the European Convention of Human Rights.
We're going to handcuff you in a minute.
For what reason? Hey, what grounds?
Give me a second.
What grounds?
Just give us a second.
I want grounds.
Listen, we'll explain all that in a second. So at this moment in time...
Hey, relax.
Listen, you relax. You relax. Sir, just listen to me.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. So at this moment, you've been detained for the purpose of search.
On what grounds?
And that's what we're going to explain. If you give me a chance, I'll explain it. So
you should have explained it before you did this.
Stopping a man because he supposedly gave evils or looked shifty is an astonishingly weak foundation for a detention and search. These aren't reasonable grounds under any legal standard. They're personal feelings dressed up as suspicion. If that's all it takes, then anyone with a neutral or annoyed expression becomes fair game. That's not policing. That's profiling. Worse still, when Alan rightly demands to know the legal grounds for the search, something he's fully entitled to, the officers brush him off with, "Well, tell you in a moment." That's not just sloppy. It's a breach of the PACE code of practice. The law is clear. Officers must explain their grounds before a search is carried out. Skipping or delaying that step strips away the only safeguard the public has to judge whether the search is lawful or just arbitrary abuse of power.
Okay, just bear with us, because we want to explain that to you.
Right.
So let my colleague explain what he needs to explain.
Okay.
However, it's really important that you don't interrupt him and let him finish.
I'm going to let him finish.
But one thing I just want to add is at this moment in time, you're obviously detained. Well, explain why you're detained.
You should have done that before. No. Human rights is very clear.
Can I explain something to you? We're entitled and able to say you are detained for the purpose of search.
Under what grounds?
And that's what we're about to explain.
Okay, tell me.
Okay.
Don't use any cagey nonsense.
I'm not going to say cagey.
I will remind you.
Be quiet for a minute. I'll explain it.
And obviously we've used force temporarily due to your demeanour. And you've got handcuffs on you, okay? Until the search is completed,
right, well,
and
I don't consent.
You're free to leave.
I do not consent.
Okay, I appreciate that.
To any searches or seizures.
Doesn't matter about consent.
Oh, it does, because you have no grounds here.
Unfortunately, you don't have to. Okay. Right.
Thank you.
My colleagues to explain everything.
Right, are you filming this?
Yes.
Right, well, I'll be doing an accessory.
I completely understand. And you're entitled to do that.
I will do that.
After handcuffing Alan, the officer tries to justify the use of force by pointing to his demeanor. That's not a lawful justification. That's a subjective excuse to escalate. Alan wasn't resisting, threatening, or violent. He was vocal, but vocal because his rights were being trampled. Passionately defending yourself during an unlawful stop doesn't make you a threat. It makes you informed. What's troubling here is how the officer confuses frustration with aggression. In effect, Alan was punished for reacting emotionally to a completely unjust encounter, as if the only acceptable response to being wrongly detained is silent compliance. That mindset flips the burden. Instead of officers being required to justify their actions, it's the citizen who's expected to stay calm while their rights are steamrolled.
Colleagues to explain everything you need to know.
Okay, explain it.
All right.
Right, explain it.
So we've seen you come past the van, as I said.
Right, thank you. I'm coming down the road, minding my business.
Yeah, listen, let me explain.
Yeah.
Giving us evils, you're going to the shop.
What's evils anyway?
Right, listen.
Can you go to the CPS with I was giving him evils?
You can, actually.
Can you?
Yeah.
And what would that amount to?
Do you want to let me explain the grounds then?
Carry on.
Okay. You go into the shop, you see him fiddling around.
Fiddling around?
Yeah.
I went in there for to do my business.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you from my point of view, fella.
I don't want your point of view unless it adds up to
my point
grounds.
of view is very,
Gives
very
you the
important.
authority to detain me.
Yeah. Can I explain to me? Okay.
You seem to be the sensible one here.
We're both very sensible.
Okay. You don't told me. Right? You don't need to do that.
So first of all, do you mind if I grab a first name from you?
Like I said, I won't be providing any details.
Right. So,
there is no search outside Schedule 7 of the Terrorism Act that gives me the authority, or you the authority, to ask me
Listen, you're asking a lot of questions. I'm trying my best to answer them.
Okay.
Alan made it clear from the very start. He wasn't going to provide his details. And he didn't have to because no valid grounds had been established. Yet the officer circles back, asking again. As if the first refusal never happened. That's not just redundant. It's tactical. Repeating the demand for ID, especially after an unlawful detention, is a pressure game. The aim is simple. Keep looping the question until the subject cracks, complying out of frustration, confusion, or sheer exhaustion. And it reveals something deeper. Either the officer wasn't listening, which is careless and unprofessional during a detention, or he was listening and chose to ignore it, pushing the encounter further on purpose. Either way, it speaks volumes. Too many officers treat power not as a responsibility, but as a permission slip to press harder until they get their way.
If we reasonably suspect somebody is committing an offence or
On
anything
what
in relation
grounds, sir?
to certain
Reasonable grounds.
So as my colleague trying to explain to you, we have detained for the purpose of search. The grounds are in which, when you've walked down this road, you have been eyeballing our vehicle, you've been staring at us, and in our opinion, you seem to be paying a lot of attention to police.
Sir, your opinion doesn't...
when you've
can you send your opinion
like I said,
to
I'm
the
going to continue
CPS?
talking. When you've gone into the shop, again, you appeared to be very... You're sort of wandering around, and almost as if you're potentially up to no good.
I was putting this on.
And that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I'm talking about our perception.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So that's one of the grounds why we stopped you.
You don't have grounds.
You've come out after looking slightly suspicious, and we've perhaps thought, are you shoplifting? We're not sure.
Feelings and thoughts.
Again, our suspicions are up here. Yeah. We've come and spoke to you. You've been very anti-police. You're not willing to engage.
No, what I've done is, I've exercised my absolute right.
You don't want to give any names.
My absolute right. I am not obliged to give you any details under any search power outside Schedule 7 of the Terrorism Act.
Quite simply to see if you've got anything on you that might be to do with shoplifting,
so we've got feelings,
stealing,
and just let's have a look.
With you to commit a theft, all right?
The officer claims Alan was fidgeting in the shop and somehow spins that into a possible shoplifting attempt. Alan immediately explains he was simply putting on his mask. That should have been enough to dismiss suspicion outright, especially when mask wearing is entirely normal. But instead of accepting a reasonable explanation, the officer leans on perception over facts, saying, "From our perception, it could be shoplifting." That's a dangerous slope, turning vague, non-criminal behavior into grounds for detention based on pure assumption. The law doesn't permit policing on gut feeling alone. Under Section 1 of PACE, reasonable suspicion requires objective grounds, not speculative what-ifs. Fidgeting isn't a crime. Wearing a mask isn't a crime. And walking into a shop while doing either isn't even close to shoplifting.
So this is PC 360.
Okay, listen, so you don't have to hold that hard. You don't have to do it.
Because of your mannerism.
Right, just relax.
I'm relaxed.
My mannerism. This is an unlawful detention by Section 5 of the Human Rights Act.
Of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act.
You've got no grounds. You have no grounds.
But you're trying to argue.
You gave me your feelings.
We're going to reiterate you're detained. All right?
You gave me your feelings. That's all.
Yeah, so can I speak to one of you a minute?
Yeah.
You gave me your feelings and that was all. Who's the OIC here? Wait, are you the OIC? Are you the OIC here?
Can you hold that?
Sergeant, thank you. Maybe get some reason here. Sir, I'm being detained without grounds. And I'm being searched without grounds. Except his feelings and his thoughts. And by the Human Rights Act, Section 5, this is an unlawful detention.
Have the officers given you the details of why?
They gave me their grounds. He gave me his feelings and he gave me his thoughts. I didn't give any grounds.
We have given grounds.
He gave me his feelings.
Listen, I'm going to do you a little favour. It's all on body worn anyway.
Right, good. I'll be getting that access information request.
Listen. Maybe, if you ask the officer to repeat it, he'll repeat it for you.
Okay, well, let's have it then. Can you repeat it before you carry on?
Can I put this back in your pocket first?
Because...
Sir, I am being detained unlawfully. My human right is being contravened here. Section 5. Not section, Article 5.
Article 5, yeah.
Yeah, okay, Article.
I understand all of what you're saying, but let the officer explain again.
Okay, are you listening?
I'm listening.
Sergeant, because I'm relying on you to be impartial here.
I'm listening.
Right, fine. Can you give me your...
Can I put these back in your pocket first?
You can do. It's up to you.
Right.
Right, okay, lady, you can relax, okay? You can relax. I'm not running anywhere. I'm not farting. There's about how many of you? You can relax. You can relax.
I am relaxed.
No, you are not. Anyone filming this?
We're filming it, don't worry.
Search. I didn't hear the ground.
No, can you give him the grounds?
I have said...
He hasn't got on.
Are you going to listen to me?
While you're shouting at me, I can't hear a thing. So maybe let him repeat his grounds.
What? Can you repeat them?
Yes. We see
Let
you...
him say the whole thing and don't
I'll say
interfere.
nothing. I'll say nothing.
You're not listening, are you? You're talking
Right,
to me.
okay. All right, okay.
You've appeared to be concealing yourself in the shop whilst you appear to be filling about with things, okay? We've come over to have a chat with you, and straight away you've been very, very anti, trying to get a word, not letting us get a word in edgeways. You're extremely nervous. Your breathing rate's up there. Okay? We think we've got something to hide.
Right.
Okay? We suspect you might have been involved in something in the shop, and therefore we're searching on the Section 1 page for any stolen items.
Right,
okay?
The moment the sergeant steps in and asks for the grounds to be repeated, the officer conveniently drops the whole he was giving us evil's excuse. And why? Because even he knows how ridiculous that sounds in front of a ranking officer. Suddenly, the story shifts. Now it's about fidgeting and rapid breathing, shaky behavioral cues being stretched into suspicion. But let's be clear. An elevated heart rate when you're confronted and detained by police for no reason isn't evidence of crime. It's human nature. The fact that the officer quietly abandoned the evil's claim shows he was never confident in it to begin with. It wasn't a real ground for detention, it was a flimsy grab at authority. And now, in front of the sergeant, he's scrambling to tidy it up and save face.
I was fiddling around in the shop, and I am nervous. I am neither excitable nor am I highly strung. There is no grounds here at all, none.
Can I take his cuffs off now?
You can do. Okay. You should have taken them off 5 minutes ago.
Well, not while you're behaving the way you are.
Listen, sir, I am being denied my liberty and freedom, my right to locomotion, because this lot have had a little feeling in their tummy that something went on. For the record, I will not be providing any details.
Well, you haven't got to. No one's asked you to.
He did, and he did.
They've asked you for them, and you refuse them, and that's fine.
Well, why would they ask me when it's going to say on your ticket that you're going to give me that I'm not obliged to?
Well, we can't give you anything because we don't know who to give it to.
You just search me. You just detain me. I want a slip.
Listen. Bishopsgate Police Station, which is where we're from. You can go to Bishopsgate Police and there will be a record made of it. However, we can't get, you're not giving us any details, so we can't send you anything, can we?
No, sir, it says on the slip, I'm not obliged to provide any details.
Not. But if you want us to give you some details of it, we can't give them to you. We can't do it right now.
Right.
Listen. So you can come to the police station, give us a day or so to get them all on the system, then you can come and collect a copy. Sure. You can say the date, type, tape,
right?
Constable Minivy.
Right, I've got his number, and you.
Right, and you.
I've got it, don't worry, I've got a photographic memory. And you.
So, I'm telling you, Bishopsgate Police Station, my colleague will give you the address.
I'm taking your details, you're the OIC here.
Well, I'm the sergeant, I'm not IC. I've not had anything to do with this search as such, because I wasn't here for when the grounds were given. It's repeated. I've come over because you seem quite insightful, and I just wanted
so let's not, let's not start splitting hairs with terms. I know them.
You're not going to
pay close attention to all your codes of practice. I know.
Good. Okay. Well, you haven't repeated any of them yet. So
well, what one do you want to know? Section 1? Yeah. Stolen or prohibited articles. Right. 1984. Revised in 202015. But you have to have grounds.
Yeah.
You have to have known.
The officer gave you
grounds. He gave me his feelings.
And he gave me grounds. What are grounds based on?
Facts, information, intelligence.
What he has seen.
It's not what he's seen.
What did you see?
Well, what did he see?
I told you what I saw.
Oh, you're talking nonsense. All right, listen. Am I being detained?
No, you can.
I'm free to go. See you later.
Thank you. I've been detained. Excuse me, please. No nonsense.
All right. Okay. Well, again,
yeah, thank you anyway.
Just confirm nothing's actually been taken since before, no?
It's all right. Information access request. I'll be taking civil action against you and you.
All right.